I never thought my life would come to this. I never imagined that a simple knock on my apartment door could change everything I thought I knew about myself. But when I heard it, firm, deliberate, almost like fate itself demanding an answer, I knew the moment had come. 3 months behind on rent, no more excuses, no family left to call, no savings hidden away. I had tried everything, selling my jewelry, skipping meals, begging for extra shifts at work that never came. The world outside didn't care, and inside these four walls all that remained was silence, unpaid bills, and the weight of a life unraveling. And then came the knock. I pulled my robe tighter around me as I opened the door, only to find my landlord, Mr. Lucas, standing there. His sharp eyes looked at me in a way that felt like more than just business. He didn't need to say why he had come. I already knew. His gaze swept over me slowly, deliberately, like I was a story written on skin instead of paper. "Eva," he said, his voice smooth but carrying weight, "you're 3 months late." I swallowed hard, clutching the robe at my chest. "I know. I just need more time." He stepped inside without waiting for an invitation, closing the door gently behind him, the click of the latch echoing like a final judgment. The air shifted. He wasn't rushing but considering, calculating. "It's a shame," he murmured softly. "A woman like you struggling." A chill ran down my spine. "What do you mean?" I asked, even though part of me already knew. "You're beautiful, Eva. But beauty doesn't pay the bills." I froze. The words lingered in the air like smoke. My throat tightened. I had heard propositions before in my life, but never one with stakes like this. My dignity, my home, my survival, all teetering on the edge. "I've tried everything," I whispered. "There's nothing left." He tilted his head, studying me like a chess piece he was about to move. "Maybe not. Or maybe you're overlooking one final option." Silence stretched between us. His meaning was clear, though he hadn't spoken it aloud. My heart pounded in my chest, not just with fear, but with something I hated even more, temptation. Because what if he really could make all my problems disappear? "No one else needs to know," he said quietly, almost gently. "One night, and you'll never have to think about rent again." I looked around at my tiny apartment, the cracked walls, the dishes in the sink, the couch that sagged under the weight of exhaustion. This wasn't a home anymore. It was a cage. And maybe, just maybe, he was holding the key. My breath came in shaky gasps. 1,000 voices screamed at me to say no, to push him out. And yet, with a tiny nod, almost invisible, I gave him my answer. His lips curled into a knowing smile, like he had expected this outcome from the very beginning. He leaned closer, his words brushing against me like smoke. "Good girl." That night, I crossed a line I swore I never would. And what terrified me most was not that I had done it, but that some hidden part of me didn't regret it. When it was over, I wrapped my robe around me and sat on the edge of the bed, my breathing still uneven. He leaned back against the headboard, studying me with an amused expression. "You surprised me, Eva," he said smoothly. "I didn't expect you to enjoy yourself so much." Heat rose in my chest, shame and confusion tangled together. "It was nothing more than a deal," I mumbled. He chuckled softly. "Call it whatever you need to. But I can see the truth in your eyes." I should have been angry. I should have told him to leave. Instead, I found myself silent because part of me feared he was right. And then he said something that made my stomach twist. "You know, there are men I know, wealthy men, who would pay a great deal of money to spend an evening with a woman like you." I stared at him, horrified. "You can't be serious." "Dead serious," he replied, his tone calm, businesslike. "You said you've run out of options. But maybe this is the option you've been avoiding." I shook my head, but my chest was tight. "That's not the same. This was just what?" His smirk deepened. "Just a favor? Just survival? Or just something you secretly wanted?" His words cut through me. I wanted to deny them, to insist that I had been forced by circumstance. But deep down, I couldn't ignore the truth. I had felt something. Something dangerous. something that made the idea of doing it again less impossible than it should have been. The next evening, I found myself standing in front of a mirror, smoothing down a dress that Mr. Lucas had chosen for me. Tight, low-cut, paired with heels that made my legs look longer than I remembered. My reflection looked like someone else entirely. My hands trembled as I adjusted my hair. Why do I feel so nervous? I whispered to myself. You look stunning, Mr. Lucas said from the doorway, his eyes sweeping over me with approval. They'll adore you. I swallowed hard. Who are they? Friends. Generous friends. And if you do well tonight, Eva, you'll never have to worry about money again. My heart pounded as a knock echoed through the apartment. They were here. The door opened to reveal two men. Both well-dressed, their eyes sharp and unreadable. Their presence filled the room instantly, making the air feel heavier. My breath caught in my throat as they stepped inside, following me closely, their attention locked entirely on me. I told myself this was survival. I told myself this was a decision. But as their gazes lingered on me, as the tension in the room thickened, I felt something else entirely, a spark of dangerous anticipation, twisting inside me like a secret I wasn't ready to face. That night wasn't just about money. It wasn't just about rent. It was about discovering something buried deep inside me, something I didn't want to admit existed. And as I stood between them, trembling yet unable to pull away, I realized the truth. This wasn't the end of my story. It was only the beginning.